What's going on, everybody? And I hope you've had a fantastic Hump Day Wednesday. This is NYG Jeffy T85 here, and I'm bringing you the BKN Game Recap for the Brooklyn Nets as they took on the Chicago Bulls tonight in Chicago, Illinois, looking to try to make it 13 straight wins against the Chicago Bulls tonight. And unfortunately, by my tone, the Nets streak is over. The Nets' 12-game winning streak comes to an end tonight as the Chicago Bulls were able to take down the Nets by the final score of 121 to 112. The Nets actually didn't shoot the ball horrendously bad tonight. From the three-point line, they did. They only shot 32%. They did shoot about 46% from the field, which is not their best. But the thing that really hurt this team the most is the rebounding. They got rebounded by double digits. They committed too many personal fouls and put Chicago at the line way too much. And Chicago capitalized on that. And they just didn't. Some of their key players did not shoot well. Gave up 121 points to a Chicago team that's, well, they were 5 games under 500 and a team looking like they were in complete dysfunction. And for some reason, the Chicago Bulls are that basketball team this year that just finds ways to give the Nets trouble. They find ways to give this Nets team a hell of a lot of trouble. Whether it's Williams, DeRozan, Vucevic, Levine, Dosunmu, Kobe White. I mean, it's tough because it's been a while since I made one of these videos about the Nets, talking about a Nets loss. But, I mean, there's a few players that shot pretty well tonight, for the most part. I mean, you pretty much saw Claxton had a pretty decent shooting night, although it was probably one of his worst. He shot 5 for 10, 33 minutes. He did have 3 block shots and a steal, and 6 rebounds and 11 points. I mean, Kyrie Irving shot 10 of 24. It's not great. He had 25 points. Did have 8 assists. Durant had 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 44 points. Durant was the biggest player on this team. He was 15 for 22 from the field, 5 for 10 from the three-point line. And Seth Curry. Seth Curry stepped up off the bench. He had 22 points in the game in 27 minutes. Otherwise, Ben Simmons Ben Simmons didn't shoot enough. He had 9 assists. He had 9 rebounds, though, and 7 points. Royce O'Neal and TJ Warren, two of your better role players, put up goose eggs tonight in terms of points. Joe Harris did nothing. Yuta Watanabe did nothing. Royce O'Neal did nothing. TJ Warren did nothing. Edmond Sumner did nothing. It was they got dominated. They got dominated a lot in the boards. I mean, we were talking about the Nets maybe being a team that could catch up when it comes to rebounding, and they couldn't get it done. The Bulls were playing a lot more physical than them down low. Able getting some of these putbacks. They were hitting consistent three-point shots at some points. I mean, they shot 53% from the field. Like I said, they got to the free throw line 29 times, made 27 of them. Had 46 rebounds, the Nets 34. Nets committed 22 personal fouls. Again, the fouls are biting them in the ass. The Nets actually had more assists, but Nets had trouble guarding the three-point line, and this was a tough loss because of the fact that the Bulls have been a basketball team that have been reeling for the most part. The Bulls have been a basketball team that have been dealing with a whole lot of turmoil, including Zach LaVine being in a lot of being in a lot of trouble with that Bulls organization for the stunt that he pulled a couple of weeks ago. This was a team that was ripe for the picking, and the Nets just don't match up very well with the Bulls, it looks like. Now, obviously, the Nets players have got to do a better job shooting, some of them consistently. I mean, if you're getting nothing from Royce O'Neal, Joe Harris, T.J. Warren, Yuta Watanabe, and Edmond Sumner, offensively, you got pretty much nothing from them. And if you want to throw in Simmons, too. I mean, all those guys scored a combined 3 points. You can't have that. Royce O'Neal, T.J. Warren, Edmond Sumner, Yuta Watanabe, and Joe Harris all scored a total of 3 points. 5 players, 3 points total. Durant and Irving did all they could. Seth Curry did a good job coming off the bench. Ben Simmons, defensively does his thing, but offensively, he's just not been there recently. Claxton continues to be decently consistent. But Nets got bullied in the boards tonight. They did. Nets got bullied tonight. And now the Nets get ready for a game on Friday against the New Orleans Pelicans. So this was a bringing back down to reality type moment. Let's just say that. Because I really thought that this was going to be a winnable game for this team. I really did. I thought the Nets were going to be able to pull off this victory tonight against a Bulls team that's been going through a whole lot of turmoil. And they just weren't able to get it together tonight. Patrick Williams had his moments in there. I mean, DeMar DeRozan killed them, slashing to the basket. Nikolai Vucevic had a double-double. He was dominating in the boards. Dosunmu was getting it done from the point guard position. LaVine, he had an off night. But the Nets couldn't contain the Bulls starters. They allowed them to shoot 53% from the field. Nets allowed the Bulls to control the paint. Nets couldn't stop committing fouls in the inside. Nets had multiple players with 4 fouls. And the 12-game winning streak is over. Nets are now 25-13. And they get ready for a road matchup against New Orleans. Now, they don't have Zion Williamson. And they don't have Brandon Ingram. Williamson's out for the next 3 weeks. And Ingram is not returning until next week. So you figure that the Nets are going to be able to find a way to beat the Pelicans and bounce back after this loss. But nothing's a certain. Nothing's a guarantee. Pelicans are one of the best teams in the NBA. So the Nets have got to find a way to regroup, bounce back, and try to find a way to pull off a win against the Pelicans team that's missing without 2 of their stars. And the Nets had an opportunity to take a share of first place in the Eastern Conference, and they couldn't get it done. I'm not disappointed. The Nets were eventually going to lose. I mean, this team's not going to win every single game. They're eventually going to lose. They were eventually going to have one of these games where they weren't going to be able to come back because this team was down by 14 at one point. They were down by 10 at the half. And there's going to be a moment where this team is going to lose. They weren't going to go win the rest of their games. It's just they couldn't. They struggled with a team that just for some reason has their number right now this year. The Bulls have beaten them twice. Bulls have beaten them twice in 2 games. So the Nets just for some reason can't solve the enigma of the Chicago Bulls. So the Nets are going to have to try to find a way to pick the stones back up from this loss and regroup and get ready for a tougher game against the New Orleans Pelicans with or without Zion. It's still not going to be easy. But this has been your Brooklyn BKN game recap. The Nets fall to the Chicago Bulls 121-112. Their winning streak of 12 straight games comes to an end, and they are now 25-13 on the season. They just got dominated on the inside. They had trouble shooting from the three-point line. They got pretty much little to no contributions at all from Royce O'Neal, Joe Harris, T.J. Warren, Ben Simmons, Edmond, Sumner, and Yuta Watanabe. And let's see how the Nets are going to bounce back going against the New Orleans Pelicans. I shouldn't be sounding this defeated, but this was a game I thought the Nets should win. And they had a stinker tonight. They had a stinker. Case in point. Hopefully they can bounce back. But that is your BKN game recap. The Nets' 12-game winning streak comes to an end tonight at the hands of the Chicago Bulls by a score of 121-112. If you guys like this video, hit the like button below. Sub up if you haven't already to NYGJeffyT85 for more breaking news, updates, and chatter, and game recaps surrounding the Brooklyn Nets. Turn on the bell for notifications on the next video or short that's going to be dropping on the channel surrounding the Brooklyn Nets. And let me know in the comment section what you guys think about tonight's Brooklyn Nets loss to the Chicago Bulls and how your state of the Nets heading into this game on Friday against New Orleans. And it's going to be broadcast on ESPN, so I will be bringing you a live game on the StreamYard for the Brooklyn Nets. So I thank you very much, everybody. Have a great rest of your Hump Day Wednesday tonight. Take it easy, and let's go Brooklyn Nets. We're going to bounce back. We're going to be all right, guys. We'll get it done on Friday against the New Orleans Pelicans. Let's go Brooklyn Nets. As always, it's a Nets world, and we all just live in it.